The internet thought it had wrapped this up with a neat little bow. A famous actor dies too young, a quiet funeral, a devastated mom disappears into grief. But that silence just got obliterated, because Pamela Warner didn't just bury her son, she inherited his skeleton closet. And now, for the first time, she's breaking the vow she prayed she'd never touch. She opened the archive. No, not poetic, not some dusty journal, a literal fireproof envelope labeled in Malcolm's own handwriting. What she found didn't just add a twist, it flipped the whole script. Because this wasn't some sad beach accident in Costa Rica. This was deeper, darker, designed. And if what Pamela dug up is legit, then Malcolm Jamal Warner didn't just disappear, he got deleted, silenced. And now, the truth is clawing its way out from the shadows he died exposing. 3 weeks after laying her son to rest, Pamela did the unthinkable. She ghosted. No press, no posts, no teary interviews. Just a midnight flight to NYC under an alias, flying coach, clutching a beat-up leather bag with 3 things inside: a bent, soaked USB, a dead voice recorder, and a fireproof envelope with 4 chilling words: in case something happens. In case something happens. She didn't run to Hollywood, didn't phone up TMZ. Instead, she marched into Midtown to a lockdown floor inside a glass fortress, where a silent crew of elite digital forensics experts had been quietly waiting. No handlers, no bodyguards, just Pamela and Malcolm's last wish. The team expected voice memos, maybe some personal notes or a dusty draft. But what they unearthed? Straight up explosive. 60 voice recordings, unfiltered whistleblower interviews, signed NDAs from Hollywood bigwigs, and unseen footage of a woman accusing one of the world's top streamers of a full-blown cover-up. Then came the kicker: 100 doc. Signed, dated by Malcolm himself. The title? They'll call this paranoia. But paranoia? Nah. This was a roadmap, a full-on digital blueprint of what Malcolm had been constructing in secret, stuff that could have taken him out. Pamela didn't blink. She stared each tech in the face and echoed Malcolm's haunting line: if I disappear, make sure the story doesn't. Hidden deep in that corrupted USB was a video no one even knew existed. No label, no date, no metadata, just one blinking file to move. And when they hit play, dead silence. There he was, Malcolm, in front of a plain gray backdrop, hoodie on, no glam, just truth, hoodie on, no makeup, no lights, just a man, dead, serious, staring into the lens like it was Judgment Day. This wasn't some promo or interview fluff. It was a full-blown warning shot. Once they salvaged the timestamp, chills. The video was recorded just 9 days before Malcolm's death. His tone? Calm, but slicing. They offered me hush money, he said. Then, barely a smirk, I laughed. I'm not that kid from the 80s. I'm grown, and I'm done being scared. Then he dropped the bomb. One by one, he named names: CEOs, producers, high-level execs whose reputations were stitched together with NDAs, and bought silence. He knew what that list could cost him. And then came the moment that gutted Pamela. Malcolm stared right into the camera, locked in, and said, if you're watching this, I'm already gone. But at least the truth made it. No sob story, no panic, just cold, unapologetic truth. This wasn't for the fans, it was a backup plan. His final rebellion. Because Malcolm wasn't scared of being cancelled, he feared total erasure. And now, that fear is knocking at everyone's door. What he left behind? It wasn't some journal entry. It was a coalition. Behind the curtain wasn't just his baby, it was a megaphone powered by insiders, whistleblowers, and the ones who'd lived to tell it. And once Pamela dug through the interviews Malcolm left behind, the chill hit her like a freight train. Every single person he'd spoken to vanished into silence. So Pamela went into full detective mode: burner emails, encrypted chats, buried contacts scribbled in Malcolm's old notes. Only 3 finally cracked the ghost mode. And what they told her, her worst nightmare. One woman's phone, hacked over and over in the days after Malcolm died. Another came home to a trashed apartment, nothing missing except her laptop. The third got a burner text that simply read, stop talking. He's gone. Don't follow. Yeah, they were rattled to the bone. One was so spooked she ditched phones altogether, only communicating by handwritten letters mailed from random cities. But the scariest part, they all said the exact same thing. He believed us. He was the only one who ever did. Their stories lined up with Malcolm's notes. Their truths echoed in his recordings. One broke down crying when she found out Pamela had the files. Then came the line Pamela can't unhear. They killed his voice, but maybe they can't kill yours. That was the moment something inside her flipped. She wasn't just a grieving mom anymore. She stood up, eyes red, voice steel. No more silence. Because if Malcolm was the only one bold enough to listen, then best believe Pamela is gonna make the whole damn world hear it. Behind the curtain once looked like a passion project, but now, Pamela sees it for what it really was. A bombshell. One Malcolm had been quietly assembling piece by piece, and clearly, someone caught wind because right after his death, a freelance video editor hired remotely and who never even met Malcolm, got a shady phone call. A so-called legal rep ordered them to delete everything. No details, no sympathy, just a cold legal threat wrapped in velvet gloves. But that editor, they kept a copy, and through a trusted journalist, they slipped it to Pamela. What she got? A digital grenade. Raw, uncut footage laced with secret voiceovers from Malcolm himself, plus a dramatized recreation of a 1990 TV set where a child was allegedly abused. The script? Built off first-hand survivor testimony. The emails? Proof execs tried to muscle Malcolm into scrapping it, threatening to blacklist him if he didn't fall in line. But this wasn't a doc, it was a case file. A hand-stitched indictment. Of Hollywood's dark machine. Of secrets buried deep. Of victims muzzled. Of truth treated like contraband. And the worst part, it wasn't done. Malcolm was still shooting, still gathering dirt, still fighting. Which means whoever wanted it buried feared what hadn't dropped yet, tucked inside that fireproof envelope. With the USB and dead recorder was a curveball Pamela never saw coming. Malcolm's handwritten journal. Bent pages, frayed corners, ink blurred like it had been soaked in sweat or straight up tears. But the words? Razor sharp. Intentional, haunting. One entry dated just weeks before his death. Ice Pamela's spine. Spoke to L. Says I'm on the list. Redland. No green lights. No cameos. No late night. Quiet cancellation. This wasn't guesswork. He was keeping receipts. That hush-hush do not book list Hollywood's whispered about for years? Yeah. The blacklist for troublemakers? It's real, and now she's got proof. Pamela's legal squad says Malcolm had 3 projects axed in under 30 days. One was a major guest arc on a primetime show. Another, a family animation voice gig. The third, an entire series deal nuked. With no reason, no press, no closure, no denials, no phone calls, just dead air, no scripts, no offers. He wasn't fading, he was being erased. And the moment that triggered it all, one bold refusal. Malcolm declined to appear in a planned Cosby Show reunion. The files are blunt, he told producers. I'm not showing up to clean up something that's still filthy. From that day forward, doors slammed, quietly, permanently. From that moment on, the lights went out. No calls, no gigs, just radio, silence. And now, connecting the dots, timelines, phone logs, dead contracts. Pamela knows what scared her son the most wasn't backlash. It was erasure. And that slow delete, it had already started while he was still breathing. For weeks, his co-stars stayed mute. No re-up posts, no interviews, just a creepy, calculated quiet. But finally, one of them cracked. Off the record, she contacted Pamela through a trusted mutual. Her voice? Shaky. Her name? Still under wraps. But what she revealed? A brand new twist. 2 days after Malcolm's death, she says a top Hollywood publicist called her directly. The message? Crystal clear. Don't post about Malcolm. Don't talk to press. Don't attend any unofficial memorials. And if someone asks, say you're grieving privately. No comment. Then came the death blow. Let it pass quietly. She told Pamela the call made her physically ill because Malcolm wasn't just some castmate. He was her friend. They had late-night convos, shared scars, swapped stories of survival, of what it meant to exist in an industry built to erase people like them. He gave me courage when no one else did, she whispered. I don't care what they say, I believe Pamela. And now, she's ready to testify, anonymously. She's joining Pamela's legal team, and that one rebellious move might be the first crack in a very big dam. Because in an industry stitched together by silence, all it takes is one brave voice to scream. Before the chorus kicks in, and Pamela Warner, she didn't crawl through fire just to whisper. She's done grieving in the dark. She's stepped into the spotlight and she's dragging receipts with her. 2 weeks after locking down the backup footage and reuniting with Malcolm's whistleblowers, Pamela dropped a bomb, a formal motion with the U.S. Department of Justice, demanding a federal probe into her son's death. This wasn't some emotional plea. It was a dossier bound, indexed, and bulletproof. Inside, an independent autopsy that directly challenged the accidental drowning story. A forensic report proving the USB and Malcolm's files were untouched. Multiple signed declarations from whistleblowers confirming blackmail, sabotage, and retaliation. And the smoking gun? That final unreleased video where Malcolm looked dead into the lens and warned, "If you're seeing this, I'm gone." The Doge is reviewing it now. No public word yet, but behind the scenes, things are rumbling. Media outlets who once ghosted the story are circling like sharks. Legal experts are side-eyeing the cremation's speed and Costa Rica's radio silence. And Pamela? She's not done. She's not sitting around refreshing headlines. Pamela is cooking up something bigger because justice doesn't need permission. It just needs receipts. And baby, she's got them. Networks won't touch it. Studios? Silent. Every major distributor she approached gave the same squeaky clean excuse. Now's not the right time. But Pamela Warner isn't here for polite rejections. She's doing what Malcolm never got the shot to finish, dropping the truth. His secret doc, Behind the Curtain, is being reborn under a new name. Behind the Curtain, the fragments. Raw, unfiltered, scorched earth storytelling. We're talking reenactments directed by Malcolm himself, leaked emails, internal memos, voicemails from insiders too scared to show their faces, and Malcolm's final, ice-cold interview, uncut, untouched, unforgettable. Pamela didn't partner with a network. She teamed up with an indie platform known for blowing the lid off whistleblower bombs. No brands, no ads, no filters, just Malcolm. Uncensored, unbothered, unforgettable. Premiere date? Still a secret. Security? Ironclad. Every file encrypted. Every upload mirrored worldwide. Because Pamela knows damn well if they tried to bury Malcolm once, they'll do it again. But this time, they're too late. Because what started as one man's desperate warning has officially turned into a movement. Become a movement? Try a reckoning. What they buried, oh, it's clawing its way back. Because this isn't just about a beloved actor. It's about a man who stared down the Hollywood beast from the inside and still had the guts to speak. It's about a mother who tossed grief aside and picked up the torch. And it's about the files, yep, the evidence that were never meant to see daylight. Malcolm Jamal Warner didn't just vanish on some Costa Rican beach. He left behind a ticking time bomb of truth whispers turned files, hidden in plain sight, sealed until the world was finally ready. And guess what? That time is now. Pamela Warner isn't chasing clout. She's chasing blood-raw justice. And with the Dodge eyeballing her case, behind the curtain, the fragments heating up for release, and new voices crawling out from the silence, this story nowhere near finished. If anything, it's just lifting off. So if this hit you in the gut, don't let it fade. Share this video. Drop a comment. Was Malcolm's death a freak accident, or was someone making sure he'd never talk again? And hit subscribe, because when those files finally leak in part 3, you'll want front row seats. Because the truth, no matter how deep they try to bury it, it always finds its way to the surface.